बेंच की स्थापना की जाए। धन्यवाद साहब।
Honorable Member Sri Hasnain Masoodi.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson, for allowing me to participate in the discussion on the Advocates Amendment Bill 2023. Sir, the problem is identified in the Act. It has plagued education system, for last more than 100 years. The first attempt was made in 1879 to provide some kind of response to the problem. Sir, while I stand in support of the bill, but all the same, I have reservations about the efficacy of the mechanism devised in the bill. Sir, I am skeptical about whether the results of the bill, whether it will achieve the intended purpose. Sir, our courts, subordinate courts, are burdened with 50 million pendency. 50 million cases are pending in our subordinate courts. And the authority identified here, who is to identify who is the tout? Who has to go for that kind of an exercise? Because it is not that somebody will call somebody a tout or somebody will identify somebody or publish a list. Then a procedure is to be followed. And who is burdened with that? Who is saddled with that responsibility to identify, prepare the list and identify the person? It is High Court, District Judge, Session Judge, District Magistrate and Revenue Officer. Sir, they are already overburdened. How come that a District Judge or a Sessions Judge can embark on that exercise and whatever is the cause list for the day, and also now deal with the other problem that, as I said, that afflicts the system. There is a malaise for the system. Sir, I think that this may not, that is why I am doubtful whether this system, the mechanism devised will be able to achieve the target. It is true that there is a large number of doubts, particularly in trial courts. But the process, the exercise to prepare the list and allow the person who is affected by the list or is affected by the exercise that may be undertaken by a district judge, he has to be given a right to respond to the allegations, if any. So how can a district judge or a session or a subordinate judge deal with the exercise or prepare the list? I think that is doubtful whether this system will bear the results. The right thing would have been that we designate an authority in a district court, like we have in High Court, we have a registrar vigilance or a vigilance commissioner who deals with cases of misconduct against lawyers. The same way in every district court we have an authority to deal strictly with this problem and prepare the list and do whatever exercise is going to be done to go follow that exercise. So this is one reservation about it. Because what I have heard from other honourable members, there is some kind of a misconception about the problem. The target group that is sought to be addressed, the problem that is sought to be addressed. It is not that every tout. It is only the touters who operate from the court premises. Because our gullible people, the people who visit the courts, they are mostly affected by the people who operate from the court premises. That is why in para 5, clause 5, it says that the judge shall, one of the punishments will be that the judge will exclude him from the court premises. The person who finds his name in the list, the sessions judge or any other judge who is presiding over that court, he can exclude his presence from the premises of the court. That is, they shouldn't. So this is not targeted against all the touts, in whatever color and whatever costume they wear. It is only restricted to the touts who operate from the court premises, and one of the punishments to be proposed to be given is to exclude him from the premises. But while preparing this list, and fulfilling all the procedural requirements, the procedural due process, because a person cannot be declared as a tout unless and until he is given a reasonable opportunity, I don't think that the system devised under the Act is going to get the results that we targeted. Second is the target. One of the target groups is not only the gullible litigant, the litigant who comes to the court, visits the court for redressal of some grievance. It is also the junior lawyer, because these touts mostly eat up the work that may be dealt with by the junior lawyers, the entrants, the fresh entrants to the profession. So this is one of the welcome steps. This will be just received with that kind of enthusiasm by the junior lawyers who enter the new freshers in the law courts. But at the same time, I would urge Honourable Minister to propose some kind of measure, some kind of amendment in the Advocates Act that provides for some honorarium or some kind of support to the fresh entrants, to the new entrants to the profession. Because those are tough years for a junior lawyer. The initial 5 years are very tough years for junior lawyer. I had proposed a private member's bill for assistance, giving assistance to advocates. I think that would be a welcome step if that is done, so that they get some kind of a relief. But with that, with whatever I said about the mechanism and my reservations about the mechanism, it's a welcome step, and there should be some kind of a second look on it, so that instead of burdening the sessions judge or the presiding officer of the court with this exercise, who is already overburdened, it will be better to have a designated officer like a vigilance commissioner, as we have in courts, in high court, a vigilance commissioner or a registrar of vigilance, the officer who is asked to exclusively deal with the problem and go and complete the exercise, and then only he will be able to efficiently identify the objects of this act will be achieved. Thank you.
Thank you. Honourable Member Sri A.T. Mohammed Bashiri.